Hey everybody, welcome back to the Murfreesboro.com podcast show, all the above. I'm John Icary, your host of the show, and we have a wonderful guest, Miss Flo Weinstein over here.
Hello.
Who is suffering from losing her voice.
Yes.
Yeah, because you teach too many classes.
Yep.
You're yelling at too many people and losing
Pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much.
They know what it is.
Yeah, there's a reason for the yelling. We'll get into that in a little bit, but you're feeling okay? Just losing the voice a little bit.
Yeah.
So you all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of tea coming.
Lots of tea coming. I know we both have our Starbucks over here.
Mm-hmm.
We say today's sponsored by Starbucks. Thank you.
Can they sponsor this?
Hey, Starbucks.
Is this a thing?
Yeah. Can we get some free drinks out of this?
I think this is possible.
What did you get on yours, by the way? What'd you get?
This is a honey citrus mint tea, so this is not even coffee. I already had
okay.
espresso this morning. So this is tea today because we're being responsible.
Okay, working the vocal cord. I gotcha.
Yep.
I did the caramel macchiato route. That's
a good choice.
It's my go-to. I'm a big fan, so that's cool. But yeah, thank you, Starbucks. I want another one, freebie. We want some free drinks, but okay, cool. But anyways, getting to it. Thanks for joining us. I know we've been trying to have you on the show for a while. We had some
thank you.
Some scheduling issues. My fault. I apologize. But thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. You are a very busy woman, so I appreciate your time. But Ms. Flo, for those who don't know, owns ChampionSPIN here in Murfreesboro. Very successful spin studio, which now you do a lot over there. It looks like
we have like 6 different classes. So we have spin, strength training, bounce, which is trampoline fitness, step, mixed classes. We have like a lot.
Yeah. I know, because you started with spin, right? And then you just grew as you went. Okay.
We just started adding more things in.
Yeah. Was it just you trial and error, or was this like people wanted those classes, or what was that?
A little bit of both. So I knew we would have like spin and strength classes. As soon as I had my son, I was like, okay, baby's out, we can lift heavy things. But the newer classes were kind of like trial and error, different coaches wanting to try different things. So
okay. Yeah, I will say shout out to your coaches and your team over there, because y'all are a ton of fun. And like going to the class, y'all have a blast. And like,
yes.
I mean, just in there that one day taking pictures and stuff and shooting the little video clips, I was like, dang, all right. I was getting all pumped and hyped.
They get so into it. I love it.
Yeah. It's almost like a spin dance class at some point, because y'all are moving and getting into it and all this. I'm like, how in the world?
We try to keep it fun, because working out, it can be so boring. So
yes, I know.
Yeah.
Pick it up, put it down. Pick it up, put it down. Yes, I'm guilty of that one, so I know. But at least in the classes I've been to, it was predominantly women. Do you have men that do the spin classes, or the other classes?
We do. Okay. I would say it's about it's literally like a 98 to 2%. Like we have a male coach now. His name is Marcus.
Okay.
And we probably have like 4 to 5 men, where the rest of the clients are women.
Yeah, I gotcha. That just kind of happened, right? That's
just naturally. We didn't tell them they didn't come.
Yeah.
Like, they were just like, we'll leave it for the ladies.
Yeah.
To do the push-ups on the bike.
That's because men can't do that. We can't multitask. We have no rhythm. Y'all getting into it. Like, no, we'd fall off the side of the bike. So there's no way.
It's doable.
It's doable.
It's just a little bit tougher. Yeah.
Now, the you call it the jump class or the trampoline class? Is that one of those where you have the bar in front of you and you're jumping, or is it just like freestanding trampoline?
So we have options. We have some due to like different limitations. They can choose a bar, but I usually take them off.
Oh, do you? Okay. I'm just thinking of
one
of us
you're
just
fending
falling.
for yourself. Yeah. They're like, okay, lean to a bike if you need help.
You ever had any incidents like that?
I haven't had anyone fall off a trampoline. We've had someone fall off a step though.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. But she's okay.
Yeah, good.
She's okay. Yeah.
See, the rule is when they fall, you point and laugh. And then, oh, you're okay. Good. All right.
I wasn't in the room. So I wasn't in the room. They just reported it back to me, but she handled it gracefully.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, if you don't mind, I want to back up a little bit on your story. Like, what got you into fitness? Why did you start all this? What did you do beforehand? All that sort of stuff. So where did you start? How did all this get going?
So I was in the Navy for 6 years.
Oh, thank you for service.
So
thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty much always been drawn to doing things as a group or as a unit pretty much. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the best way to reach a goal.
Gotcha.
So I started training while I was in the military. I was one of the fitness leaders. I taught yoga classes.
Very cool.
And then as I transitioned out of the military, I took like a year off.
Okay.
And it was like the worst year ever. I gained like 50 pounds. I was like, oh my gosh, too much free will,
I gotcha. Yeah.
And I started getting back into group fitness about a year before the pandemic.
Okay.
And I was working with inner city youth in Memphis.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yep. So I was teaching them like flag football.
Nice.
I cannot play basketball, but I can coach.
Yeah, there you go.
So I would help coach, just all different sports, getting them back into movement.
Yeah.
And it got me kind of tied in with their parents.
Yeah.
And so I started training people again, just on the side for fun. And I hosted like my first group fitness class in Memphis. It was like at a park in the middle of the day. Just all these moms were out there.
Oh, that's cool though.
And those people turned into clients. So
yeah.
It's like a really long story, but to make it shorter, it stemmed from how I felt about community in the Navy.
Okay.
And I was kind of searching for that again when I got back out and ended up training, even though I was like nowhere near like as knowledgeable as I am now. I was like, are you sure?
You guys start
I
somewhere.
I should have been training y'all. But just I started training them, and then I would bring on more clients. I started at a gym called Beast Mode in Memphis.
Oh, I like the name.
Right?
Yeah.
They were so intense. And I was just like, I love it. So I started teaching spin there. I actually brought spin to them. So I was like, hey, I'm interested in teaching this class. And I had actually never done it before. I'd never taught. So, yeah, we like partnered, and I brought like 17 bikes there, and we would teach classes outside, inside. You can see us from the highway.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was actually a really good marketing.
I bet. Yeah, people
like,
see that. Yeah.
Where'd you see us? We're like off the exit. Come on in. And then moving here when I was pregnant with my son, it just kind of all fell in line.
Yeah.
Like I started with Kelman, who owns Champion Tone.
Yep.
And he saw the bikes. We had a class here, and he was like, okay, this is not enough space for all those bikes on top of everything we do. So that's how we made ChampionSPIN.
Nice. Very cool. Okay, and you said that's your brother, right?
He's basically my brother now.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
We're not actually related, but he's my son.
Oh, but no, I totally get it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's your family. I get it. No problem.
Little fit family.
Little fit. Now, there's Champion Tone and there's Champion Spin. Is there going to be another champion something? Is there?
The goal, and I'm speaking it into existence all the time.
Oh.
My goal is to have a location that has both of them in it.
Okay, cool.
Because I think what Champion Tone brings to the table is so unique, and what Kelman has created, and then what we bring to the table that we've created together. I'm just like, that would be crazy in one location. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Nice.
But for now, we're like 10 minutes away from each other.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, what does he primarily focus on other than the spin that makes it work so well?
So I would say he does more so like functional, like, have you seen his workouts?
I have not. I've seen him.
They flip tires.
Oh,
they climb rungs. They do a lot. So they do a lot of functional fitness, one-on-one training, where we focus more so on like the group.
Yeah.
And we're more like community-based, if that makes sense. So
I totally get that.
Where he's like, hey, flip this tire. I'm like, hey, how's your day? And so we kind of balance each other out. Yeah. It was funny because he was always telling me, like, are your classes challenging? Because you're always talking about community. And I'm like, have you taken a class recently? So he would come to the classes, of course, because he had to be versed in it.
That's funny.
And he would die, but he would come back. He comes back every time.
Yeah. No, I admit I've done that before with other classes and things like, oh, I got this, no problem. And you get 5 minutes into it and you're exhausted. And so I'm not built for that, at least not at the moment. So, but yeah, I totally get the sense of community you talk about, because especially after seeing it, you know, when you're cheering each other on and you're like, come on, girl, let's do this. You know, I mean, it's motivating to watch. Like, yeah. I want to do this. So that's cool. So are you thinking, you had said, you know, bigger location for both of you. Do you see multiple locations in the future?
One day.
Yeah?
One day. I feel like what we've created, a lot of more cities need that. There's a lot of fitness centers where you come in and they don't learn your name, and it doesn't matter if you show up or not. You're just like, whatever. Yeah. You're just on my roster. Yeah. So I could see us infiltrating. I call it infiltrating, like dictatorship, but infiltrating other cities just to show them what we have to offer.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay, nice.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's what I loved about your place when I came in, and everybody's, "Hey, John, how you doing? You taking a class?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm here for pictures." No.
Are you getting on the bike?
Yeah, I know. Like, you can do it. It's okay. I was like, nah. Well, that and I don't how it looks exhausting, but y'all are doing it. And like, I remember walking by with the camera, just taking pictures, and y'all are smiling and waving at the camera. I'm like, how are you pumping at 90 miles an hour and you're smiling? Like,
so we do practice game face. So
okay.
we do have a game face. They're like, hey, we're not dying really.
Yeah.
But because you're right here, we're going to smile at you. But I would say, honestly,
funny.
it's just consistency because even my first class ever, like, thank God it's not on camera because I would not want to be my own spin instructor based off my first class.
Yeah.
But I think just with consistency and recognizing, like, you can reach a goal every single class that you're in.
Yeah.
Like, and we don't even have monitors on the bikes, but you might be able to, like, stand up longer, hit the choreo, do more resistance versus the last time you came. So I think they get so into the progress that they're just, like, having a blast. They're like, let's do it.
Like,
and then they tell me I killed them at the end of class.
Yeah, right. But how long is the average class? Do you have different classes?
45 minutes.
Okay.
So we have, like, sometimes you do 30-minute classes, but those tend to be a little bit more difficult just because we only have 30 minutes.
Oh, so they're packing it in. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, get on the bike, let's go.
Yeah. I got now. Is there interval? I have a hard time with that word. My God.
Interval.
Thank you. Like, are you going up and down, or
yeah?
is it,
So it's rhythmic and power. So the rhythmic side is like when you saw us doing the moves on the bike.
Yep.
That's like keeping them engaged.
Yeah.
Getting them away from the fact like, oh my gosh, this is super duper heavy.
Yeah.
So let's do push-ups on the bike. But the power side is adding that resistance in, and we might have a hill to where it gets literally to the point where it's so heavy that you might not be able to move your legs much, and then you take it off. So we definitely do a lot of intervals.
Okay. Now, do you control that from like a computer or iPad or something, or is that all built in on the bike? How does that work?
As far as like so they can control their own resistance.
Okay.
So they have like literal free will on the bike.
Got it.
They choose, and that's where I say like they kind of get obsessed with that progress because you can
Makes
tell
sense.
if someone didn't turn their knob.
Yeah.
Like if we're all like, ugh, and they're just like they didn't add resistance at all. But it's one of those things they have to choose.
Yeah.
To
so you don't yell, turn your knob.
I'd be like, hey.
Yeah, crank that up.
There's this thing called an archetype, and I'm a coach.
Okay,
so we're pretty much just bossy. And so me and another coach have that archetype, and whenever I'm in her class, I see it. She'll be like, 2 turns to the right, and they just be like, okay.
I said turn it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. You ever get anybody in there that's just like die hard, like let's crank it all the way up and go? And then
yes.
Really?
They did not. Everybody that I've had that's been like super duper hardcore, I'm like, why don't you can do this, but I want you to know that you're choosing to do it. So like I've had people where they literally will come in and go way too hard.
Yeah.
So I try to remind them like, hey, these are suggestions. You don't have to add 10 turns if you don't want to add 10 turns. So.
Can you overdo it, or is it?
Oh yeah, you can.
Okay.
Too much resistance, speed, your heart rate being too high for too long.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
You
That
can
makes
definitely
sense.
overdo it. So we try to give them the option, like, hey, you might not be at this level yet, so here's something you can do to keep pushing without like pushing yourself literally off the bike.
Yeah. Oh God, I can only imagine. Jeez, I know there was years and years ago. One of the gyms I used to go to, there was an instructor there that she taught the spin. I mean, this was like 15 years ago, but that one was a machine. And like she would teach like 6 classes a day and just come out and like nothing was wrong, just walking. I'm like, how in the
just
world?
Walking around.
Yeah, and she'd come out and then she'd work out. I'm like, huh? Like it made no sense. I don't know. Like I don't get it. Y'all are machines. Y'all do that. That's crazy.
We try. It's our job. Yeah.
So how many classes do you teach on average a week? Like just you?
Ooh, just me. I teach 10.
10? Okay. Dang.
I used to teach more, but with our team growing, it's nice to be able to give the community variety and like give myself a day off.
Yeah.
So this is my first week where I've had more than one day where I wasn't on the schedule.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. And I've seen some of your posts on Facebook and stuff. But y'all do, it looks like a lot of stuff in the community. Like I saw you at the Christmas parade. We were in that together. Yeah,
that was fun. Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, it was cool. So it's really, I love seeing when local businesses get involved in the community and what you do. And especially like you said, you work with kids and all that. I mean, that's really cool. So thank you for doing that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, honestly, it's easy to do. I feel like that that's a huge part of like how our clients found us anyways. My son's daycare teacher was on the float behind us in the Christmas parade.
There you go. Nice.
And didn't even recognize it until last week.
Yeah.
She was like, "Is this your playlist? You sent me a playlist in the Christmas parade because you were on the bike." And I was like, "What?" Full circle, but
nice.
it's easy to do. We have a really good community. So.
Oh, you make playlists for people too?
Oh, yeah, everywhere. I have hundreds of playlists on Spotify.
Nice. Heck yeah. I'm going to have to look some of those up.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. Well, because I remember when I was in there, it was very upbeat, very fast. And I was like, I could actually work out to this. This is, even though I just pick it up, put it down. You know? but it was very like pump you up type music, gets you moving. So
very energetic.
Very energetic. That's cool. So, describe for those who haven't seen it, and maybe I'll flash up a picture in here, but like your studio, because I remember you had lights all over the place, and it was really cool. It didn't feel like a studio, like I was there to work out, like I was almost like I was there to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it made the workout easier, you know? So, I mean, like you got lights, and didn't you have a disco ball or something in one area? I can't remember.
It's called a fancy light.
Okay.
Excuse me. I might have to drink some tea.
Oh, go ahead. Take a breather.
Might have to cut that out.
Get your vocal cords back.
So we have a fancy light. It's like a strobe light.
Okay, that's what it was.
In the back, yeah.
Nice, okay. Because I remember it was just people were lighting up on this as they were going.
Literally.
Like, yeah, spotlight time. So that's cool, but awesome. Well, cool. Well, for those who don't know, also, where is your studio? How can they find you, social media, all that stuff? Throw it out there.
We are on Memorial Boulevard next to Jimmy John's. That's an easy landmark.
There you go.
Instagram is ChampionSPIN _, and Facebook is ChampionSPIN Fitness and Cycle Studio. Website is ChampionSPIN.com. And I'm trying to think. We're also close to Donut Country.
Yep, another good landmark. There you go. And on your website, can they sign up for a class? Can they, how's that work?
So your first class is $5, and it's just a form, and we add you into the class.
Nice. Okay. So do you do memberships, monthly? Is it per class, or how's that work?
You can drop in, like if you only like to come once a week. We have class packs, memberships. We're on Class Pass as well, which is like an affordable option.
Very
plenty
cool.
of options.
Nice. Okay. Now I've seen pictures that you post on Facebook. It looks like your classes are getting pretty big. So,
they are.
So you had mentioned moving with Champion Tone, but do you see moving into a bigger facility just yourself, or?
One day.
Okay. Because I've seen your posts. It looks like they're getting pretty full.
The goal is to outgrow our current location.
Yeah.
So.
I got you. Well, hey, everybody watching, go take a class, try it out. So
help us outgrow the location.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Awesome. Well, I don't want to, I feel bad almost having you here with your voice.
I'm
so sorry.
My voice is gone. I'm so sorry.
No, that's right. Well, we got a lot in there, though. That was awesome. So thank you. But I'm going to do it one more time. So if anybody wants to find any more information out about you, how can they reach you? How can they find you? Go for it.
Yes, our Instagram is ChampionSPIN _. Facebook is ChampionSPIN Fitness and Cycle Studio. Our website is ChampionSPIN.com, where you can fill out a form to get your first class for $5.
There you go.
And I think that's all of our things.
I think so. I think you nailed it all. All right, cool. Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate your time. I know you're very busy. And you save your vocal cords. So
I'm trying. I don't teach again until tomorrow. So
okay. All right, there you go. Cool. Well, make sure to check them all out. I'll link to everything in the description, so if everybody watching and listening, you can check her out and go try one of her classes. So awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. See you on the next one.